Months ago, our next guest was in a hospital bed and didn't know if she'd ever be able to walk again.
But now, Ren Harvieu is back on her feet and being hailed as one of the UK's biggest singing talents.
Before we speak to her about her amazing recovery, let's have a look at some of the tracks from her new album.
And Ren's here now. I did that thing which I'm always a bit nervous of doing with singers, of saying, that reminded me of.
Yeah,
and I did.
One. It was Katie.
Katie Lang, I thought, particularly that song. But that's okay, is it? That's all right to say
I love her. I love her.
Okay, so luckily we're over that. Thank goodness for that. The album's out now. Just tell us a little bit about yourself. How did you get into singing in the first place?
Well, I kind of fell into singing, really. It wasn't something that I tried to pursue from a really young child. Yeah, honestly, I fell into it. I kind of put some songs on MySpace and then got contacted by my manager, who I have now at 17, and just sort of worked on songs, but I didn't really think it would go anywhere, to be honest. But I ended up making an album.
You sound like it sort of happened by accident.
Kind of, yeah. Yeah, it wasn't, because you kind of see the X Factor people and they're like, this is all I've ever wanted all my life. And I wasn't like that, you know. Kind of sort of a bit pessimistic, really. Just sort of coming from Salford, you don't really have these big dreams, kind of thing.
Can I ask about your look? Because it's got a sort of retro look. Is that a period of time you're particularly interested in? Is it a kind of a 50s, 60s kind of feel?
I like that era, yeah, but also I used to be quite gothic, but I've sort of toned it down a little bit. But yeah, I used to be quite into the goth look.
And tell us about your last year, because you have had quite an extraordinary year, haven't you? Not only have you been doing the album, you're about to go to Glastonbury, and then you had a pretty horrific accident, actually, didn't you? What happened?
Yeah, it's actually coming up to a year now. It was last May, May the 31st. Yeah, I was just out, and there was a lad, my friend actually, who was messing about, and he didn't see me. Yeah. And he kind of did like a running jump, and he just fell on top of me, basically, and snapped my spine, so...
He snapped your spine?
Yeah.
And you're still walking?
Yeah, it's weird that, isn't it?
Well, how have you done it?
Don't know.
Really?
So are you still on the mend? What shape are you in now?
Basically, they've told me that I've got another year to see the full extent of the damage, because my right foot doesn't really work, but I just kind of gloss over it, you know. And I've still got a lot of weakness in my legs and things like that. So
how does that affect the live performance? I know you're going to perform for us in a few minutes' time, but that's in a, relatively. I mean, you don't have to walk around a stage for our purposes. How does it affect your performance?
Well, I like to think that it doesn't affect it, because when I go on stage, I walk on with my crutch and then I put it down. And I don't know whether it's the adrenaline that takes away that kind of. I move around a lot. I dance and move. I don't know if you would think that I'd had a spinal injury when you see me live.
Well, you wouldn't. We saw you rehearsing moments ago, and I wouldn't have known. And then you do use your crutch to sort of walk around a bit, don't you?
Yeah.
Just tell us about the album. For people who don't know, how would you define it? What would you say it was about?
It's big sounding. It's big for a small person. It's big.
Yes.
Kind of felt like I had a point to prove, because I've always been quite shy. So it's quite cinematic, and it's quite passionate. Yeah, it's big.
Well, you mentioned big voices. Do I hear a rumour that you've worked with someone else with a bit of a big voice lately?
Maybe.
Oh, go on.
Well, yeah, about 2 days ago, MSN are doing this thing where, well, basically, I sang with Tom Jones, which was just madness.
Live with him?
Yeah. and he sang one of my songs, and we had to sit together, and I'd be like, "No, Tom, you're not doing that quite right. It's like this." And we sort of he learnt my song, and
what was it like singing next to the big man?
amazing. He's just got like he's just so manly.
Did he let rip?
That's a good way of putting it.
Did he let rip with one of his big
vocals?
Yeah. Every now and then there'd be like a something that's really Tom Jones, something in his voice, and it just sort of snapped me back to reality. But this is Tom Jones.
Well, it seems you're really enjoying yourself. Really, lots of luck with the album.
you.
You're going to be playing for us in a few minutes. The album, though, Through the Night, is out on Monday, isn't it?
Yeah.
And we'll hear you in a few minutes' time.
Just for the weather, we introduced you to Ren Harvieu, singer who, after an accident a year ago, thought she might never walk or maybe even sing again. She said she would sing live, and she will do now. This is her single, Open Up Your Arms.
How'd you see me? How'd you see me? Say that you can see me, but I don't see you looking anymore. How'd you know me? How'd you know me? Saying that you know me, but I don't see us talking anymore. Open up your arms, let me in before it's too late, darling. Open up your arms, let me in before it's too late. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in. Let me in.
Oh. Ren, thank you very much. You said it was big. It was definitely big. Thank you so much.